Reagan Day dinner. He is a native of Scott County and graduate of the University of Kentucky. Quarles was elected as Commissioner of Agriculture in 2015. He now joins two other declared candidates for the GOP party, retired attorney Eric Dieters and Kentucky State Auditor Mike Harmon. The winner of the GOP contest will go on to face Governor Andy Beshear in his run for a second term in November 2023. Today was the 8th annual Anita Franklin Jr. Violence Intervention Project Peace Walk that was started by Anita Franklin after her son was shot and killed in 2014. This peace walk has become so impactful that Mayor Linda Gordon announced today that will always be known as Peace Walk Day in Lexington. Danielle Miskell was out at Duncan Park earlier where she talked to many members of the community about their support for ending gun violence. Good evening, Danielle.
Good evening, Gigi. As you can see here, hundreds of people stepped out onto the streets of Lexington to not only remember those that the community has lost to gun violence, but also send a loud message that the community has a part to play in bringing true justice for the families who still do not have closure.
Now, therefore, I, Linda Gordon, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare April 30th, 2022, Peace Walk Day in Lexington.
In the heart of Duncan Park, Anita Franklin Jr. was gunned down 8 years ago. His mother, the late Anita Franklin, uses the very same location of her son's death as a platform to stand for gun control and not let all those who have been lost to gun violence to be forgotten.
Anita Franklin and I went to high school together.
Even with her passing, Chief Weathers is one friend who still carries on Anita's movement.
I have to be here, not out of any kind of professional obligation, but because of my love for her and for what
I don't mean you're getting in your way.
What she stood for, what she did because of her son's death.
Lexington Police and the Fayette County Sheriff's Office both came out wanting to build relationships with the youth.
That's one of the biggest part of our jobs is, I enjoy these walks since we get to talk to kids and play basketball with kids and just to show them that, we're human too, but just because we wear the badge doesn't mean we like to have fun.
Members of the justice system also walked among the hundreds and all knew Anita personally.
And the fact that her mother tried to find ways to decrease violence, to address violence in the right way in our community, I will always support that.
I knew Anita Franklin, and she was just very passionate about this, and I always want to support her because we do need to address the issue, and we need to hear from victims.
Others walking in tandem to not just put a stop to gun violence, but to other crimes as well that are sometimes related.
I'm walking for survivors of sexual violence, show support for all survivors of gun violence, any kind of violence, but mainly here to support and to be a part of the collective.
Ricardo is keeping his mother and brother's purpose alive, not letting the noise of violence be louder than the voices of the community.
I think that she would love this. This is everything and more than she would imagine. So just being able to come out here and enjoy this beautiful day with people, it means a lot. I'm so thankful for it.
And speakers repeatedly asked the community to not stay silent. So if you know anything that links to a homicide that is still unsolved today, they're asking for your courage to speak up. And one way that you can do that is through the Crime Stoppers Anonymous tip line. And that number is below for you there. It's 859-253-2020. I'm Danielle Miskell. Gigi, back to you.
What a beautiful story. Thank you, Danielle. Well, let's change gears and get a check of our weather today.